Deep dive time.
Deep dive time.
I think it's good that the people selected Ravens-Chiefs.
Me too.
That's what I would have voted for.
Yeah.
Hopefully you would have voted for the same thing.
I would have definitely been in my top. Yes, for sure.
And I think we were talking about it before. I feel like we've talked about Mahomes already today, but that was before we started the show.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? Kansas City offense, Ravens D. What part?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the first thing that we got to start with is, just as far as the Kansas City offense and just some big picture things that jump out to me. I've just never seen anything like it.
Right.
I really, and this might be the second week in a row we're saying this, but it's the greatest downfield passing offense we've seen in the history of the NFL.
Do you say that to yourself in your head and drive in and be like, boy, should I really? I mean, that's a giant statement. Should I really go that hard?
Yeah, no, I know. It's a giant statement. And in fact, it came out when I was talking to a giant. His name was Phil Simms.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
He talked about it. And we were on the phone last night. We were on the phone while Sunday Night Football was going on. He always calls, hey, what's going on? Oh, did you see this, see that? And I just went, I go, are the Chiefs just unbelievable? And he just went, Krisher? It's the greatest downfield passing offense I've ever seen. And I said, it is, Dad. I was like, that is not an overstatement.
Who comes to mind, up there when you say that? Okay, I guess they are better than.
I mean, you always think of the greatest show on turf,
yeah.
Kurt Warner and the Rams, but they did it a lot of different ways. I mean, there was a lot of throws in that offense where here, Marshall, you're 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, now run 70.
It's a nice mismatch.
There was a lot of other things that worked on there. But, the way they threw the ball down the field, the 2007 Patriots, that's another one. The Randy Moss Vikings, as Peter gets in my head. I mean, Air Coryell from the Chargers back in the day.
Awesome, yeah.
Hey, even the Steelers with Bradshaw and Stallworth and Swan there, they weren't known for that, but towards the end of their run there, they were phenomenal at throwing the ball deep down the field. Hey, Dan Marino in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Elway and the Three Musketeers, they could find ways to push the ball down the field.
That's why I even brought it up, because, just in our lifetime.
There's been a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
But nothing messes with this.
Because?
Because of the constant pressure of the play design, the constant. All right, I'm going to say this. The guy's, he's bordering on the greatest thrower I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was the greatest thrower I've ever seen in my life. And Patrick Mahomes, through his second full year as a starter, week 3, is making me question that Aaron Rodgers is the second greatest thrower I've ever seen. It's just amazing. The throws off balance, the throws fading away, the pinpoint location of balls that are 40 yards down the field, and you just go, oh.
Right.
He's boring us to death with 18-yard touchdown passes to Demarcus Robinson where his feet are in the air and not even towards the target, but his arm is so flexible, it's touches the back of the ground behind him, and he can just fling it. It's just, I've never seen anything like it.
And we were talking about it before the podcast started. You used a great word. He's so young already, but we're getting numb, or we're in danger of getting numb to these kind of things because he does it 6 or 8 times a game.
Right.
And it's so special compared to even other terrific throwers that we've seen.
Yeah.
That becoming numb to what he does every single Sunday or Monday or Thursday, I think, is a danger. It's a first-class problem to have.
It is a first-class problem.
It's a danger for us fans.
Yeah, we got to make sure we keep giving it its due justice because 374 and 3 touchdowns and not through screen passes and we did a shovel pass and the guy ran for 70 yards. Patrick Mahomes, for the most part, when he throws for 374, he threw for 374.
Yeah.
It's not we threw 7 wide receiver screens and we also hit a few running back screens and we tricked the defense on the oh shit play a few times.
No.
And, for the most part, it's a lot of balls through the air and it's just the relentless pressure that Andy Reid puts on you, not only with different vertical passing schemes down the field. It's just vertical, horizontal. Oh, horizontal. Oh, here's a wide receiver screen. Oh, here's a speed sweep. Oh, here's an outside zone run. Okay, so now that you got you thinking, oh my gosh, we're going deep, we're going sideways. Oh, damn, there's Kelsey over the middle. Oh, damn, they trapped us up the middle. McCoy runs for 10 yards up the middle.
Right.
So they have you, just like every great offense, and I say this a lot, they make you defend every square inch of the field. But first what they do is they stretch you out vertically and horizontally, And then they start to go, oh, now they open in the middle of the field's open. We'll hit a few there, and then you'll condense down, and we'll start taking our shots on the outside again.
So as I was watching them this morning, when I heard from you and heard that we were going to be talking about this game in a deep dive sense, I'm watching and thinking a lot of the similar things, a lot of wow, a lot of boy, this is really cool to be watching this. And I'm trying to think of something to do besides just compliment the Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes combination.
Right.
If you were the quarterback coach in Kansas City, and let's say the Wednesday, Thursday practice where everybody goes with his position coach and you're taking 30, 45 minutes just to work on something where you have to get better. We're going to take this time to work on a deficiency. What would you do on Wednesday and Thursday with Mahomes?
Ooh, that's a good question.
To help him get better.
Honestly, I think I would probably still go back to their run game. And I know it's not him, but as an offense, I still look at them and go, they're going to play the Patriots at some point, whose secondary is really damn good, and they're going to have a coach throw a few things at them that's going to go, I'm ready for what you got, and I got a few curveballs for you too.
Talking about the team run game.
The team run game.
I'm talking about the individual player, the player.
Shit, there's nothing.
Really?
I don't see anything where I just sit there and go, gosh, he needs to work on this. Not right now. I mean, he throws the ball in rhythm when people are open and does that. He has tremendous feel in the pocket. Again, whether it's, the pocket's clean, he never panics and is moving around a little like we've seen Baker do last night a few times where he goes, the pocket's clean. What are you dancing from? There's nothing to dance from. When Mahomes gets that, he just hunkers in there and goes, okay, my feet are planted, get ready.
But a lot of times his feet are not planted. He's really good, and Favre was kind of good at this too. Where he's so comfortable falling backwards that I wondered if you would see something like that, be like, you know what? That's awesome. You can do that because the game is going to dictate sometimes where you have to be able to make that throw. But let's not make it our go-to where you're falling away when you don't have to.
Yeah, no.
Did you mess with that at all?
I don't, because I haven't seen it enough to where I feel like it's hurting him yet. You're right. There's a few times, even last week, I think on one of the go routes where you just go, gosh, he could have just stood there and throw it.
And I'm reaching here.
I know, we're all reaching.
I'm reaching for something that's not a criticism, but maybe something to think about trying to make better.
It's one of the few, if you're going to say one thing, it's very nitpicky. Yeah, but because there's still enough throws to where I go, the pocket was clean, the guy was open, his feet were in the right spot, he made the throw. If I started to see oh, man, he missed a few 10 and 15-yard completions because he's being too with his feet or fading away, then I would start to tell you that.
Did it once, but beginning of the year. But
okay. And then again, it's going to happen here or there. But overall, it's just the pressure that they put on you, their ability to protect, I think are just, again, those are things I look at that just go phenomenal. The Ravens, the reason I picked the Chiefs to win the game is, can the Ravens really rush the passer? It's still a concern to me. I was a little disappointed with the Ravens' game plan in general.
How so?
Just didn't think they threw as many curveballs at him as I was expecting. It's early on in the game, it was a lot of man-to-man coverage. I feel like they made the game easy on them. I think with an offense like Patrick Mahomes, and then you got to do some different alignments, some maybe crazy zone blitzes, zone coverages in general that just make Andy Reid and him think a little bit. I thought they kind of played it too straightforward early on. And, I think it came back to bite them just because they got off to, once they got used to things after the first quarter, they caught fire in the second quarter, and that was ball game. That was all she wrote.
Defensively, are you talking about that the scheme was too easy to decipher, or they didn't give them enough different looks?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Yeah, I think it's, yes. I like we talk about with New England or even Baltimore last year, they did a few things against the Chiefs where, guys are at the line of scrimmage, they're dropping out. Ooh, it looks like this coverage, but ooh, it ended up being something else. There was none of that went on. And then, I think Baltimore still has some moving parts on their defense that they're trying to get everybody used to and up to speed to the way they want to get a new linebackers, new safety in Earl Thomas. They were banged up at corner. But I just think without Jimmy Smith, right, and being in the game, they couldn't just sit there and go, we're just going to man up the Chiefs. That's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not. And really, with Jimmy Smith, I don't know if they could do that. The Chiefs should have the Ravens should have left Kansas City yesterday and called Jacksonville one more time to go, are you sure you don't want to give us Jalen Ramsey? Because I don't know if they can beat this Chiefs team with the team that they have right now. And I don't think Jim Harbaugh necessarily coached the game to give them the chance to win the game the right way either, if we want to get into that.
I think it's John.
John, did I say Jim?
Jim probably didn't coach the way he wanted to
Jim
either.
sucked, and I like saying that. John does not suck. John is awesome.
I think we can take a I agree. I think we can take a listen to John now. Is that correct? Here we go.
We had a mindset that we were going to come in and we were going to try to score as many points as we could. So that's what we tried to do, you know. And I know we all felt the same way. You know, Lamar felt the same way. We all did. We're going to keep playing that way, just for the record. So when you write your article, just understand that we'll disagree with your criticism. You know, we're going after it. And that's the way we're going to play all year. So.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. Listen, I don't want this to go unnoticed. Okay. He is a hell of a coach. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best head coaches in football. I'm not going to believe that propaganda he just tried to throw at me right there.
Which part of it?
Well, I don't know. First off, from the very get-go, going for 2. We're going to be aggressive. Well, you haven't gone for 2 all year. I saw you scored 97 points against the Dolphins, the first 3 touchdowns of the year. You didn't go for 2. Right. You know, I watched you last week against the Arizona Cardinals. You didn't go for 2. So you decided to go to Kansas City, and now is when you want to get in the pissing match with that team? That's when you want to go, oh, I want to get in the shootout this week. I just feel like they kind of played into Kansas City's hands a little bit through the game. Not only with that, okay, the game's 7-6. The defense is kind of hanging in there early. Kansas City's having a hard time getting in a rhythm. 4th and 2 on your own 47-yard line. Go for it, okay?
I got no problem with that.
I do. That early on the road, like, what are you trying to do? It's 7-6. You know, aren't you the Ravens? Aren't you, like, your defense is your team? Like, to me.
But they see the same thing you do in Patrick Mahomes.
Right, okay.
Best passer in the game right now.
They held him to 27 last year in overtime, and he needed 3 miracles to get to 27. I mean, it was 3 miracles, maybe 4.
That's a lot of miracles.
I know, but he did it. I mean, and I understand he scares you, but I think they gave that offense life a little bit. Mm-hmm. I do. I think, you know, okay, they scored a touchdown at 7-6. It's kind of a slugfest. 4th and 2 in the middle of the field. Okay, we're going to go for it and give them the short field and then kind of get them going to where, oh, shit, we're rolling now.
And they went for it 4th and 1 earlier in that.
And it did. It worked out. And I understand some of his aggressive plays worked and all of that, but I just think I look at that.
Here's a question on that one.
Go ahead.
Better odds for converting 4th and 2 or your defense stopping Patrick Mahomes in the next drive?
Well, I'm going to go with the defense.
Really?
I am.
Against the best downfield
gosh, they had stopped him. I know, but they had stopped him the first 3 series before. I'm going to make him show it to me first that it's all working that day, and I have a great defense. They paid a lot of money to some of those guys on that defense. They're allowed to stop teams too.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't agree with the mindset, let alone they came out trying to throw the football. I feel like they tried to go like, oh, no, we're also one of the greatest shows on turf. And I want to go, no, you're not. You're really awesome, but what you do is control line of scrimmages. You muck games up. You play defense. And then Lamar will make some throws here and there. Mm-hmm. But don't come out trying to, like, out Patrick Mahomes. And that's what I felt like they did a little bit. And that's what I think it just didn't play to their style of game. And then they were down 30-10 or 30-13.
Right.
And I just feel like they got stuck in a style that was not conducive to what they do. Then all of a sudden, we're down. We can't rely on our run game, which all we've talked about is how great we're going to be running the football. Mm-hmm. And then they get into that. So then they go down 30-13, or 23-13, I should say.
After they were up 6-0.
6-0. Now they're down 23-6. They start the second half, and they run the ball almost every play. And they go right down Kansas City's throat and score a touchdown. And now it's 23-13. And, of course, that was it, though. The Chiefs' offense had already found their rhythm, and that was the game from that standpoint as far as that goes.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.